Get inside, turn the key on.
Key on.
Crank. All right, so as you can see, we got a couple strokers here. If you guys are ever interested in hearing more about these builds or trucks, just let me know and we can do a video on them. I think I have some pictures of how they used to look, but staying focused. This is a very reliable truck. It's ready to go. We're going to take the batteries from this truck and use them in the other truck and hopefully get it to start. These batteries are like new condition, and so is this truck. This out of here. It's 1, 2. So now we'll take these off. There's not much left on that thing.
Yeah, you got smoke. There you go.
Okay, that's fuel. So we have fuel, means the injectors are firing. If they weren't firing, we wouldn't have that. But the problem is that diesel is super stale, and I have no idea the condition of the glow plugs. Absolutely no idea. Okay, wiring is good. We can crank from the key. The injectors are firing. The plugs are working. I can hear the controller clicking. I've been manually turning the glow plugs on with a screwdriver, with the key off, then jumping in, turning it on, waiting, cranking, and it's burping. It's getting close, but we ran down these batteries, which I was afraid of. I'm gonna have to charge these batteries, and because they belong to another truck. I've got another set, so if we've got time today, since it's already kind of warm inside those cylinders, we might go grab another set of batteries from another truck, bring them out here, try again, see if we can't get it going. I'd say what we should do is you go in there, turn the key on, get inside, turn the key on,
Key on.
crank.
So the glow plug controller was working like halfway. When you turn the key on, it's supposed to click really hard, and it's supposed to connect the positive and the negative to the glow plugs to get them red hot. It wasn't doing that, so what we did is after the first set of batteries and the billowing smoke, which means you're getting fuel, the injectors are firing, its engine's turning over, it's doing what it should do, but those plugs were just not getting hot enough or they weren't on during the combustion process. So all we did is I held a screwdriver on top of the glow plug relay for about 30 seconds, and then I have my helper go inside, turn the key, and crank while I stayed on that glow plug controller, basically manually doing what it should be doing, and it fired right up. Now we've got at least one dead miss, but this thing hasn't been fired up in years. I'm pretty happy that it's even running right now with a little, basically batteries in it, hooked up a couple wires, cleaned it up a little bit. With these injectors, if you let them run long enough and get it warmed up, you might get that last one or weaker injectors to smooth out after they get warmed up. Hotter oil gets passed through because they function hydraulically. So right now it's running. We're going to let it run for a little bit. I'm going to give them the gas a little bit, see if I can't get that last injector to fire. Because right now we have to decide, do we want to buy injectors for the truck, buy used injectors, or new injectors. So we have a cranking starting running, 7.3, 5-speed. We're going to go inside, give it a little gas, see if we can't get that last injector to come alive for us. I know which injectors aren't working. Oh man, if that was the case, that would just be awesome. Here, check this out. The way these trucks are, there are 4 of those little plugs back there, that blue thing. And what I did is I started to unplug each one of those plugs and I listened. So when you unplug them, you take out 2 injectors. And during that process, I did both sides on the passenger bank, and I came over here and I couldn't quite get this front one. So I went to the back one, pulled it out, and there was absolutely no change in the motor. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pull this right side valve cover, and we're going to inspect that under valve cover wiring harness, and I think I have a spare. And we're going to see if the injectors themselves aren't firing, or if they're not being told to fire because of that valve cover harness. It's awfully strange that if I pulled that one, made absolutely no change in those injectors. So we're going to tear this off, tear this right side of the bank off, and have a look inside and see if they're squirting oil or not. All right, that's good news. We are only running on 4 cylinders.
Go ahead.
We don't know if this is the problem, but I had a spare one of these in the shop. This is just a valve cover harness. Like I said, I really don't think this is the issue, but we're just starting with the simplest thing first. Just gonna throw this on here. We'll turn it on, and if it's not this, then it might be that this side isn't getting any oil, or electronically this side isn't being commanded. And if that's the case, then we'll take a test lead and we'll start testing these guys to see if we're getting juice to everything. Okay. So the glow plugs are working. So now what we'll do is we'll turn the truck on and we'll see if the injectors are firing. Okay, so I figured out the issue on why this whole bank was not firing. I took the valve cover off and I realized that this side was all dry. There was no oil coming out of these injectors, so I knew that either mechanically I wasn't getting oil to it, or electronically they were not being told to fire. And I leaned toward electrical because the passenger side ran fine, which means you have oil pressure over there, you should have pressure over here. I took out one of them oil plugs in there, oil came running out. And the fix is this. This wiring harness here, this red wire, that's all it was. A rat or mouse or raccoon, whoever did it, chewed through, and I just barely saw the ends of these wires. So I got a jumper wire on it now to test the theory before I wired it up, because I might replace this whole harness anyhow. Now it runs great. This truck hasn't ran in years, and it fires up just wonderful. So I'll show you that now. We're gonna manually jump the glow plugs. See that? We're gonna hold that on there for a little bit.
truck runs. I have not decided yet whether we're gonna pull the engine or not. First, the next major project is gonna be the clutch pedal. When you push in, it sticks and it's almost have to have two hands to pull it back out. So either I got a problem with the bushings inside the 3-pedal assembly, or I've got something sticking inside the clutch, or I've got a problem with the master with the slave cylinder. But regardless, I'll try to fix the pedal with the slave. If that doesn't work, then we'll pull the transmission. And the transmission actually has to come out anyway because I've got a really bad driver's side leak on the up pipes to the turbo, and you cannot repair those without the transmission coming out. So I'm gonna look for oil leaks, and I just have to decide how deep we're gonna go with this. It's not getting rebuilt, so if you're looking for that type of video, you're gonna have to find another one. If this engine comes out, we'll do a full reseal on everything except for heads, injectors, but everything else we would do. So front crank seal, rear main, all that stuff. But I have to decide how much we're gonna invest in this thing. Truck starts, runs great, runs fabulous. All the injectors fire, so we're doing really good on this project so far. We're in it for, like I said, I bought the truck for $4,500 minus $500 because I stole the flatbed and put it on another truck. So we've really only got $4,000 in it. And I didn't even spend any money on tools today because I just fixed that with the spare jumper wire. Next video will be clutch, transmission affiliated. Now that we know the engine runs good. It'll be next video series. Thanks for watching.